Hi Cancer, this is your general tarot reading for Cancer Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of June. And I know that some of you are June-born babies, so I have to sing happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Cancer who are born in June, happy birthday to you. Woohoo! Cancer who are born in June, I wish you a wonderful birthday, and for everybody else, I wish you a wonderful month of June too. I'm going to leave you out as one card. Ooh, look at this beauty that flew out. It's your birthday card, the first one, the Wheel of Fortune, a nice one. We're going to lay it down there. Hopefully you've seen my videos before, you know what we're doing. We're shuffling the cards and waiting on the right ones to come out just for you, Cancer. And in the meantime, we'll talk about the energies that you might be feeling this birthday month. So we talk about the Sagittarian moon. As we leave May and enter June, there's this big full moon happening for you in the 6th house. The Three of Wands came out there. And this for you, it's going to spell the end of a period where you were overly worried or concerned about things in your workspace. Maybe people, or even just the operating systems when you were trying to produce something or create something in work. The systems in place might have been just crap or unhelpful or slow, or it would be, you know, that type of energy where there was one desk to two people, you know. I don't even think that's legal anymore in most places, but it's something that was stressing you out like that in work or when you were trying to do the things that you're doing. That's coming to an end in June. Things will flow a little better. You'll be happy to know. And it also marks the end of you being super critical of yourself, feeling that you're not good enough. That is not okay. That is not okay, Cancer. If you've been feeling that whatever it is you're doing, or even in your own self, not feeling good enough, that has to stop. Full moon or no full moon, I will not allow that happen. The 10 of Wands comes out there. Don't ever get yourself so involved in the small details that you end up picking yourself apart. It's not worth it, not worth it. Move on and don't be stuck in there. There might be a moment too where you're going to be taking better care of your health. That if you find that you're going a bit overboard on the food, alcohol, cigarettes or something, that you might say, okay, maybe it's time to start cleaning this stuff up. So that's kind of a good thing maybe to happen. And this moon in the 6th house is being balanced by Sun and Mercury in the 12th house. Another beauty coming out for you, the World. So we have 4 cards now, we'll wait on a few more. The Sun and Mercury there in the 12th house, Cancer, is, well, what is the 12th house? It's the place where things are lost, are forgotten, the place that we put things, you know, when we feel too overwhelmed maybe to grieve for somebody or something, when something has passed out of our lives, they enter through the 12th house. So there might be a moment this month, Cancer, where something is being healed for you, something on a very deep and psychological and soul level. So that's really nice. You know, we're coming towards, you know, Gemini. We're in Gemini season and we're coming towards Cancer season. So you're going to start feeling this, that there is a renewal coming. And in order for that renewal to come, first you must pass through the 12th house, which is letting all the other stuff go. So if anything that has happened to you over, say, the last 12 months has given you cause for grief or concern or sadness, it's time now this month to begin unpacking that and letting it go. And the 12th house, you know, it's like this big ocean, and you are sea creatures, so you can swim very well through this. It's a psychic house too, so you might have all these great in-depth sudden flashes of inspiration, or people may be coming to you, Cancer, to know the hidden mysteries of life. You know, maybe some of you are psychic. Maybe some of you do divination through cards or something like that. And you will just become somebody who is very tapped into these energies. And that will help you. It will help you on many levels. Really it will. And there's, you know, the idea that you being a sea creature, and now you're having the sun and Mercury in this great big ocean, you know, it'll be a reminder to you too that all the worries that you had even in the last 12 months can be lost there, because the ocean is salt water and it can get rough and choppy, but even the ocean knows how to calm itself. And this is a month where you will also recognize that when things have been rough and choppy, you will now learn the skill of how, like the ocean, to calm yourself. And the 5 of Wands came out there. And you know, your ruler is the moon. The tides, the ocean tides are ruled by the moon. You may also learn again how to go with the flow of things, the ebb and flow of life, and to allow things that have come through your life in the last 12 months to also fall back and fade away. The things that may have hurt you or disappointed you, let them leave, let them go with grace and dignity and begin again. This is a month of cleaning up. And you know, it's that wonderful moment too, as a water creature, you'll recognize that salt water, let's say, of the ocean, of the 12th house here, it's actually in your veins. You do have salt water running through your veins, and you know, you recognize that, you know, through the struggles over the last 12 months, through the struggles and the efforts you've been putting into so many things in your life, your dreams for the future, everything we spoke about last month. That effort and those struggles, they come out through the sweat of your brow. You see, salt water, the times you've cried over all the things we've been speaking about, and the hurts and the pains, they come out through the salt tears. You remember the language of the soul. Even happy moments, we cry salt tears of happiness. And you will re-engage with this ability to flow in your beautiful water essence and have moments of letting sadness go through the tears, regaining this happiness and having tears for that too, and just being guided by the tides of the moon, of the oceans in the 12th house. The Knight of Swords came out there, and you know, and it'll give you a moment to remember that you are a creature that can swim the depths very well. I mean, anything that has happened over the last 12 months, you've come through it, you've survived it, you've done it. And you're coming out the other end, and you're starting over again now in Cancer season coming up soon. So congratulations. You didn't know how strong you were, did you, Cancer? You didn't realize that you could survive a lot of the stuff you went through, but you did. You did. And there was a lot of torment for you, I know that. There was a lot of upheavals for you, I know that. A lot of challenges, I know that. And every one of them can now be released this month. And, you know, and there's a lovely quote there by Rumi. I love that, you know, just to remind you that if you ever feel lost in all the things that might come up now this month, as the focus is on the 12th house of letting things go and letting them pass, if you ever feel lost or insignificant in any of these energies when they come up in June, do remember, Cancer, as Rumi said, you're not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. You know, you're going to feel your power again, you're going to feel all of it, you're going to be letting go of many things, many stresses, yeah. And that's a really nice energy. And it's a lovely thing to happen because it all kicks off mid-June for you. I mean, the June 12th, you've got Mercury in Cancer. you are just going to be somebody who is able to communicate on such a great level, on a powerful level. If you've any projects that you're doing at the moment, I know that you've great dreams for the future. We've talked about this, I know that. But you're going to be able to communicate them in a fabulous way. And you're going to be listened to, you're going to be heard, and you're going to be understood. And people will admire the very words that come out of your mouth will be like gold from the gods. So that's a gorgeous energy. And then, of course, the sun on the 21st of June going into Cancer. And that is just where you shine, baby. This is where it begins. This is where you shine. And look, I'm getting some tricky cards coming out here. This is all the stuff that I kind of touched on there at the beginning. Death is coming out. The High Priestess is coming out. We're waiting on 3 more cards, Cancer. So you will recognize that before June 21st comes, there is a lot of mopping up to do. And I hope that you know that it's not hard work. It's not about hard work. Sure, there'll be tears and there'll be little moments where you'll be remembering certain people, certain things, and playing back the old film reel, but it's a super positive time. I mean, before your big birthday party has to come, you have to get in and clean the place up and make it presentable. Throw away the old shit. That's the energy, throwing away the old shit, so that before the guests arrive to come to watch you shine, that the place looks freaking great. And you've had a shower and polished up and you look freaking great. So it is that moment of cleaning bunches of stuff up so that when you step out on June 21st, you are just magnificent. Look at this, another difficult card, but I certainly hope you understand why they're popping out. Let's talk about some other things as we're waiting on 2 more cards there, Cancer. You have Mars, a big thing happening. Mars going retrograde in Aquarius. For some of you who are in a relationship, you might find that your partner's resources or income or something like that might be challenged this month, and you might have to give a lot of effort and energy into building them up and supporting them in some way. Maybe just keeping them buoyant, you know, constantly reminding them that it's going to be okay, it'll be okay, you know. For those of you who are dealing, look, here they come. For your birthday, the Cancer card comes out, Chariot, and then that's followed by the 2 of Cups, and then that's an extra card that came out, the 10 of Cups, the happy frickin' ever after card. Okay, yeah, see. By the time the month ends and we get into Cancer season, it just explodes. So I'll just finish what I was saying there. There is a moment that you might feel through the month of June that you might have to put a lot of effort and energy into supporting your partner in some way through a difficult process or a difficult transformation. And you yourself might be recognizing that you're going through some big changes, some big transformations, and some big issues, some big themes that now with Mars going retrograde, that it takes your mind off it a little bit, that you don't have to put so much effort and time into some difficult things. But it might mean that you might have to actually put more time, effort and energy. See, more, you have to put more effort into energy to, you know, have a good intimate relationship with your partner, to try harder with them, to be more intimate with them, to be more sexual with them, to get communicating with them on a very, very deep level. Because otherwise there might be some very big frustrations there. You might start becoming annoyed with them because they might be stressed out over something, and I don't know, it's just some frustration there that you'll have to work a little bit harder on communicating on a very deep and intimate level with them in order to get through this. For those of you who aren't remotely interested in love, there will be a moment again in June, where you might feel that some of your time, effort and energy is taken away from maybe issues like banking, your finances, long-term investments, things that you are putting together in a long-range view financially, that there might be a little bit of a spanner in the works for that, but don't panic, that will pass. It will pass. Also the themes of birth, death and things like that might come up. Some of you this month might feel that that's something that has to be cleaned up and tidied up. Maybe some grief from the past that hasn't yet been cleared. But anyway, they're the major influences this month, Cancer. Now, let's get that big overview going. Bling! That should be it there. Hopefully you're seeing the overview. And we will now begin with your birthday cards, Cancer. And look at this beauty that we begin with. The Wheel of Fortune. Things are turning for you. Fate has come in and decided, of course, to clean things up and to start showing you that luck is on the up. Things are moving up. And I know from last month things are on the up, but you're going to start feeling that the wind is in the sails now, that you're being pushed along. This is where the momentum starts coming, where you're breaking cycles and beginning to expand upon the new journeys in your life. If you've projects, if you've anything that you're working on, you'll see them growing and expanding. And anything that you want to see diminishing, maybe saying goodbye to some people from your past or situations from your past, that this card can also lessen that and diminish that and give you the strength and energy to let some of those things go. But all in all, the wheel keeps turning, baby, and this time the wheel is turning for you. A karmic cycle is certainly ending. And where is it bringing you? You know, once the karmic cycle that you now feel in June is ending, it will bring you towards these great new and inspiring horizons. Did we get this last month, Cancer? Where you are now becoming, in June, a figure who inspires people, particularly now with your words around June 12th, the things you say, the things you have to share, and maybe deep, mysterious things. Some of you could be sharing very deep wisdoms, things that come from a very, very sincere and heartfelt place, and people are going to be mesmerized by you, and it'll be expanded. You'll want to allow that to open up. I mean, I would say that some of you, because you're psychic now this month, maybe some of you want to expand on a project that involves having a certain amount of empathy or having a certain amount of intuition. Some of you could be carers or work with people who are quite troubled or who need a real helping hand in life. You know, like you could be working as a counselor or just as somebody who cares for those who seem to be forgotten, abandoned or uncared for. And you will be this wonderful source of inspiration for them. That's beautiful, Cancer. It's really nice. I don't know what it is that you're doing, but you might identify with this and recognize this, that everything now that you're doing in June has this certain quality of deep care. And people are going to respond to it. And like I said, it doesn't matter what field you're in or what you're doing. It's just this wonderful response you're going to get because people sense your sincerity. And you might end up, finding that you're having conversations with people that might start with, how's the weather? Isn't it a rainy day or what's going on? And then the next thing you'll find that they open up this story. And they just trust you now this month to tell you how they feel and be gentle and kind with them and know that you might have some very important answers for them, or even just your vibe that you're giving off. Just listening to them is good enough. Okay, Now, here also is the card of being a little bit burdened by this energy. Excuse me, sorry, Cancer, I have to get a glass of water. That's not something I usually do, but look, it's all about water, water, water. You see, you're encouraging me now to drink more water. I get to the water sign and it's like, yeah, just drink more water. So I think I'll just do that. Yeah, more water. Here you are, overburdened, under pressure. So there is a quality here. You know, we did say that trying to get organization going, trying to put systems into place so that your life gets easier did cause you a bit of stress. And you had been carrying heavy burdens and probably feeling unsupported in some way while you're carrying these burdens. But you're going to be able to lose some of that feeling of being over responsible, to have everything just right and perfect. You don't need that, my love. You're good enough. You're perfect as it is. I want to say that if you're the one putting a whip on your own back saying, come on, come on, come on, do better, that's good. Motivating yourself to improve yourself is a good idea. But then using that same whip to punish yourself because I'm not good enough, that's not helping you. And you don't need to do it. You are okay. You're doing all right. You don't have to put yourself under any extra pressures, Cancer. And if you do find, perhaps let's tie it in, that being an inspiration to somebody or helping somebody through a difficult period, for those maybe in a relationship, seeing your partner in a difficult kind of crossing point in his life or her life, that you may find that that's just a little bit too much to carry now on top of all the other things that you're trying to do yourself. But it's something you're prepared to do. You're prepared to do. This month you are prepared to help others and offer your time, effort and resources to others. But again, it's that thing, Cancer. Know the fine line between being this beautiful soul who is honest and open and caring to others and helping them, but not taking on their responsibilities. You've enough of your own stuff to be getting on with, okay? Don't let anyone else, because 12th house here can sometimes be the quality of people entering your lives who are dumpers. They come in and they dump a bunch of shit onto you and you empathize with them. They leave feeling great and you're left going, I'm exhausted after listening to them. I think they just left all their baggage and walked out happy and I'm now carrying all their shit. Psychic vampires sometimes do that, and you have to be always cautious about that when we enter into the 12th house. So as a sea creature, remember to navigate through this. If you see somebody approaching you that is high drama or somebody that just drains the life out of you and demands high emotional responses from you, consider them a burden and consider maybe putting a bit of distance between you and them. However, if you are a professional working in a field where you must deal with people with problems, listen with kindness, care and sympathy and empathy. But remember, this is a job, baby. This is work. They don't come and crawl into the bed beside you at night. They don't get to own that part of you. Make a clear distinction there, okay? And here we have at the end of that beautiful top row, the world. Big transformations. This is Inanna traveling out of hell, which is what she's doing. But she went there to claim her power, and now she's coming back through that, breaking a bunch of behavioral loops. Yeah, the last 12 months since your last birthday, the bunches of stuff that have happened. Here you are coming through your first birthday gift, which is the escape from some of the hardships you've had over the last 12 months. And coming out free, fresh and beautiful. You see the symbolism here as we kind of now start coming towards your, rejuvenation and your birthday month. Well, she is in her birthday suit. And the birthday suit really is about stepping into your new part of your journey without any burdens, without anything being brought forward. Don't carry any of the shit of last year forward with you. You're free now. You're free. You're free. What are you free from, Cancer? Some of you could be free from relationships that weren't so good for you. Again, they might have been lovely people, but you might have found with Saturn and Pluto in there that it could have turned into a type of a relationship where one of you became too bossy. Maybe they bossed you and it was like a parent-child relationship rather than a meeting of equal lovers. And there was issues to do with power and control for some of you. And you're stepping away from that, stepping through that. Some of you want a real lover from now on, not somebody who's going to boss you, and certainly not somebody who you have to take care of and wipe their arse for them, you know. You want somebody now who meets you as an equal, who's prepared to give you love as an equal. And for those in a relationship, a committed relationship, there is that thing that you might be making a transition through this journey where you are clearing up these very ideas where either you or your partner felt overly responsible for the other. One acted like the nagging parent and one like the bold child. So you might be transforming that relationship and it will be a success. It will work out. Now here we have a little bit of a battle going on, but it's competition. Are you facing tough competition this month, Cancer? I think you are. And it seems to be a competition of people who are more or less on the same level as you. I mean, last month you were leveling up. You were shooting from that cannon and waving to everybody from the sky. So you've elevated and you've recognized this. I love that. You've now in June recognized that you've moved up a gear. You've moved up to the next level in the game of life. And now you're meeting with the new competition on this new level. So that you might be battling through that. And that's a career thing. That's for the hopes, dreams and desires you have for your future. In other terms, maybe there are some little petty battles and petty squabbles between you and somebody that you care about. And why would that be happening to you? Yeah, it's the energy of somebody digging up old shit and running back to you with it. Okay, and you can see why this is going to happen. Because as the astrological year is closing for you, there might be bunches of crap that kind of resurfaces and comes back. People, especially, charging backwards at you and adding fuel to the flame, adding bloody firewood to the bonfire, gasoline to the bonfire. And they're running at you, dredging up old stuff to keep the battle going. I think that for some of you, there is an issue where there's another person who is trying to keep a battle going. That you keep thinking that you've kind of gotten over it, but yet somebody keeps returning and digging up old shit. That's what it is. Have you somebody maybe in your family or an ex or something who they want to dig up the same old shit over and over and over again. You know, they might be the one that gets a few drinks into them and then comes at you and said, you never loved me and you never... And you're like, I thought we went through this before. Did we not deal with this shit? Stop charging at me with your madness, you know, and stop trying to keep an old battle going. Yeah, for some of you, it could be an air sign. Air signs are Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. They could be the ones turning on you and trying to pick and try to draw a kind of bit of a battle with you. Don't fall for that crap, because that only feeds insecurities. If they're doing that, that's their insecurities, my love. Don't don't fall for their insecurities. You see, the 12th house, everything, boundaries get lost here. Somebody might be overstepping the boundaries with you too this month. And you have to really recognize that there's a pattern in this, and you have to stop being drawn into little battles with these people. Because these are the type of people that say, and another thing, and another thing. And you're going, oh, for God's sake, I wish they would just tidy up their life and get the fuck away from me. Yeah, also for some of you, there might be somebody from your past, maybe an ex, that they may not be battling with you in some cases, but they may be constantly phoning you or something saying, I don't know how to do this, can you help me? And you're like, oh, for God's sake, we're not in a relationship anymore, find somebody else to annoy. You know, it's a little bit like that. You know, you want an ex perhaps to move on with their life and get over their life so that they're not bothering you. You have a new life. You're saying, why can't you have a new life too? I'm not your mother, I'm not your father, go fix the fucking thing yourself. Excuse my language, but it's a bit like that for some of you, not all of it, some of you. Now, these battles and these situations that I just spoke about, they'd still have the capacity to keep you awake at night and to stress you out. There's an element here of you worrying about people who you shouldn't be worrying about, something we spoke about too. People who are dumping their emotions on you. You're not an emotional dumping ground, baby. Draw a fine line there and recognize that there is a clear line between you and those who want to give you their stresses. Yeah, like I said, you've enough to be getting on with yourself, and it is coming up to your birthday month. Let them deal with it. They're not your problem anymore, and their problems are not your problems anymore. Whoever this is, possibly an air sign, okay? But there also with this card is the energy for some of you of really grieving over somebody that has left your life. We'll begin by saying maybe a love has ended or something has ended, a friendship has ended, and you still cry about that, or you still worry about that, and you're still grieving for that. For some of you, because it's 12th house stuff, Cancer, it could be a period, and it's a wonderful period, for you to really open up and communicate the unresolved tears for those who may have passed on into the next part of their journey. Those who may have left you to move on, you know. And when people pass out of our lives, when people die, when people move on, we do our very best to grieve. And grief is an ongoing process. It's not something that stops suddenly one day you're over it. It stops and then starts again, you know. And there'll be stops and starts, and it improves, but there are moments where you still have to own that beautiful quiet space where you're allowed to cry those wonderful salt tears, to release, you see. So crying also releases a huge amount of psychic energy and a huge amount of emotional stuff that might get caught up in us. So it is a wonderful space to allow that free flow and to reconnect. Sometimes people get afraid that they're not able to reconnect again with people that they've lost. And for some of you, I know this doesn't apply to everybody, but I think it's important for you, if this is for you, to hear this, that it is true that when a person dies and leaves our life, no matter how long ago it was, that there are moments where you feel that you can't connect with them anymore, that you can't feel them anymore, and there's a moment of panic. And that's normal. That's absolutely normal. you will feel them again, and maybe in a different way, but their essence, their love, their contact, it will be felt. And certainly this month, for those of you who want to make a heart connection back with somebody who has moved on, this is a wonderful month for that, okay? And this also carries through to the next card, you know, realizing that some things are leaving your life. You're making this big transition this month, Cancer, and it is a gentle energy. I want you to know that this is a soft, gentle, loving and nurturing energy where you're allowed this space to let all things go so that you can start again fresh. And when the things do go, they're met with great wisdom. Here is Persephone, the one who rules the underworld, the one who takes care of those, who greets them, who meets them when they pass into the next part. So if I don't know why I'm going down this route, but some of you might worry. Are they okay? What are they doing now? They're fine. These cards are just going down a particular route. I'm sorry if this isn't relevant for you, but for somebody, it seems this is quite important, so I'm sticking with it, okay? So just know that you don't have to worry that they're not okay, okay? This card here is all about going deep and coming back with new wisdoms. The new moon card, and the new moon is in the 12th house. Huge psychic downloads, huge emotional cleansing happening. Letting things go once and for all. Letting them fall down to the bottom of the ocean where the ocean cleans them, transforms them. And maybe crying a salt tear as that happens, sure. But knowing that this card represents rejuvenation, that all things are transformed and all things return in different form, okay? I seem to be quite specific about something like that this month. I don't know who it's for. I hope I'm not alienating some of you Cancerians who aren't feeling that energy, but you certainly will feel this theme through the month. And look, here we have the lightning strike. Uranus is in Taurus in your 11th house. There have been sudden changes in how you see your future goals and dreams, stuff we spoke about last month, Cancer. And there might be a moment where you are tested a little bit. You're trying to reshape your future, and bunches of stuff seem to be getting in the way. Maybe financial problems. For those of you in a relationship, maybe your partner they're running into some financial problems, and you're saying, oh God, this is the end of my dreams now I have to stop everything I had planned and now I have to focus on them. It's that element of feeling, I had to stop my vision and now here I am again having to take care of other people. And that's what it'll feel like. But in this moment, in this month, you'll be reminded that this is only a testing moment. It's only a moment to see if you can rise above being disillusioned and losing your visions, hopes and desires for the future. If you can stick with it and trust that you're going somewhere, that you really are going somewhere, and not feel that everything has been lost in this big 12th house ocean. There are places for you to go, and don't let any sudden things that come into your life, any sudden surprises, any little mini dramas that need all of your attention, don't let them take all your attention away from your beautiful, fabulous and bright future. Okay, my love? Here we go, the Cancerian card, future success. Look, once everything is mapped up, you see the Death card there, the High Priestess, two big cards of transformation after the 12th, not coming to the realization that you can't let any of the things that happened in your past cloud your future dreams. And here you are in the driver's seat, baby, owning it, once you make this little journey, you're now able to make bigger journeys. Because if you're traveling into the future, you want to go in style. I mean, Chariot here, these are Hot Wheels. I mean, this is the top ride here. You want to go to the future? Well, here is your Maserati, here is your Porsche, here is the big Chariot, and it's all yours. It even has nice curtains there, you know, with little stars on them to represent your future. I don't know if you can see that. They are actually little stars, because that's where you're going. Your destination is the future, and you need now to be pushed towards that. And here's you getting that extra horsepower or sphinx power to move ahead. Now, didn't I say to you earlier that the ocean is salt water, yet even the ocean knows how to calm itself? This also, Cancer, it reminds you of your soul purpose, and the whole month is doing the same. The purpose of Cancer is to have these big complex emotions. You seem to experience things in a higher level than everybody else, and there will be moments through all your life where you say, other people just don't care about the stuff that's important. Why am I the only one that feels this so deeply? Why am I the only one crying about this? Other people are too superficial. Well, in some cases that might actually be true, but what's happening, Cancer, is that part of your purpose is to experience heightened emotions. So the volume is turned up for you more than all the other signs. And the reason for that is so that two things. One, you can master them and learn how to be like the ocean and calm itself, no matter what crazy, sudden, catastrophic shit is thrown at you. You're able to stay calm, you know. And the second thing that all these high emotions do is they act like a propellant. Can't even say that word. They act like a propellant. They propel you towards your future. So what you might find this month too, Cancer, is that some great sudden surprise, either positive or negative, might bring up all these huge emotions that act like a catalyst to spur you on, to get the engines running, headed on the highway. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're on the highway now of future success. And your last card, look at this, gorgeous communication. I'm not surprised with Mercury there in Cancer on the 12th of June. Love, communication. Didn't I say to you with those in a relationship, communicate on a deeper level. Get more intimate with them, sexually intimate, more involved psychologically with them. Really ask them how they're feeling, and not take the first answer as the only answer. Go into that soul place with them again and initiate it. Because, you know, here with this card, there is a moment of you having to be the initiator, to be the first one who makes the first move. Yeah, some of you might have to do that in all areas of your life this month. Be the first one to make the first move. But what you'll get in return is a beautiful soul connection. Yeah, for those of you who are looking for love, your communication, making the first move, might bring something really soulful and meaningful and perhaps even soulmate love to you. Really nice, really nice. But you'll certainly be feeling more together in yourself at the end of the month. It's gorgeous. And look at this last beauty, the happy ever after card. After all the stuff you've experienced over the last year, it's been cleaned and you're being left with a rainbow for your birthday. Happiness, success, love, joy, and feeling very pleased and content in yourself. I adore that, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed these birthday cards for you. Some nice things happening there. Anything to point out there? Scorpio and Pisces might be featuring in your life this month. I forgot to say that to you. And Scorpio, Pisces, and maybe another Cancer. These people might be quite influential in your life, so enjoy having fun with them too. But I'm going to leave it there, Cancer, and remember, you're entering now the 12th house, which is this beautiful ocean, and remember that you are water. Who was it that said that? Be like water. Was it Bruce Lee? I can't remember. But be like water and go with the flow, flow with the tide, and allow things leave your life, because things are about to flow into your life and they're full of happiness, joy and love. Cancer, I am going to leave you with a big birthday kiss. Mwah! And don't forget to join me on Facebook, She Bear Tarot, Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe if this is the first time watching my videos. And have a freaking great month and enjoy all that birthday cake and alcohol for those who indulge. And I'll see you next month. Until then, Cancer, love you. Bye.